Okay, Layton, now let's try this
believe
again and
everybody's
actually
dead.
getting it right.
I was possessed.
Right, sure you were. Just like how
Ah.
everything is
I'm
actually...
not sure what
That witch next to you did it.
I'm not sure what game show death quotes should we use, like "Ooh nasty" from I forgot the name. The show is
Nightmare.
Also,
Yeah,
sorry,
Nightmare.
Layton, I thought you said there was no such thing as magic and witches. Which is it?
That being said,
I thought that as well.
that being said, when Herschel presents the proper evidence, I actually, yeah, you go.
The picture, of course.
I have no idea why I used a hint coin
Have a
there.
look. Ooh. This is the proof, eventually.
I get you, Jovah. I struggle with my past self too.
Yeah,
This
because this one's...
photograph-
Yeah, because this bout is
Boy,
incredible.
mommy.
Yeah, because this
This
bout is...
photograph says Mr. Development.
Yeah, because this bout is incredibly easy.
Golly, this is the finest illustration I've ever seen.
Right.
Okay.
About that.
It's a photograph.
What is a it sounds more like witchcraft to me.
It looks as if it were a reflection of the real world on paper.
Yeah, one thing we have to remember, whether or not magic is real, these people still believe of themselves as a medieval time.
Tell me, who created such an exquisite work of art?
Someone at level 5, probably.
Well, Your Honor, I understand you are fascinated.
Well, actually,
Let's focus on what this picture shows.
Teo, both Espella and that girl are drawn in Ace Attorney style, so probably the Ace Attorney character designer. I forget who's the current character designer.
The current Ace Attorney artist, you mean?
Yes.
That might be...
I'll check on IMDb in the meantime. Keep going.
That would be...
Well, Espella drew it, so that can only mean that art this good can only be done by
That's the
witches.
Espella.
It is the product of witchcraft, and we need to burn it.
Lowering it for this trial.
Anyway, I believe the current...
Sorry.
I believe the current
It's
art...
enough to look away from. Sorry.
I believe the current artist is Kazuya Nuri.
Okay, because now that I think about it, this game goes back to the art style of the original trilogy, so maybe they got the original artists?
Maya, do you not get it at this point?
Professor, aren't photographs against the rules? I mean,
Supposed to be medieval setting.
thank you.
Nah, who cares?
What's important now
Mood.
is helping Miss Cantabella to grasp the truth.
Yes, let's just focus on the title of the point, please.
And in this case, the end justifies the means.
Does it? Does it ever,
Yes.
Professor?
Yes.
Just wait till Dual Destinies, we'll see if it really does.
Please take a close look at the two girls in this picture.
I wonder who Purple Hair is.
Of all the characters in this game, it could be just about anybody.
The judge.
Never seen her before in my life.
Absolutely.
Each of them is wearing a pendant. Why, that's so. These are the Belfry contraption pendants.
I love Darko's smug little face.
You're right, spoilers.
We know
Oh,
that
I'm
one of these
sorry.
girls is Miss Cantabella.
The other is clearly Franziska von Karma.
But
Well, we
then,
had to fix her into the plot eventually, didn't we?
It actually reminds me of the way those two are drawn. It reminds me a lot of Anne Shirley and Diana, because in most adaptations of Anne of Green Gables, they usually depict Diana as taller than Anne. So interesting.
Hughes, do you have any idea? I asked you a question.
Espella, are you okay?
What do you think, Phoenix?
For the moment.
It doesn't look like she is.
Nothing about this is okay.
It's...
Dun, 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 dun. Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Wash.
It's me.
Oh, or that. It can also be that. Sure.
And
And...
the other girl is... your
Johnson.
mom.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
She's... I don't know.
If you were my mom, that would make you way older than me.
Okay, it's Espella, and I don't... Yeah, it's Espella, and I don't know. Best buddies. Espella!
She's just some girl who's just some girl who's just some who's just...
Your Honor, stop this trial! Stop it right now! I will not anybody mention that game here!
The timing of that line.
Would you rather have
Can't you see you're driving Espella into insanity? See?
Saying already. Objection! It's just the opposites, Mr. Cantabella.
Okay.
Although she's
really have to argue.
Although I must say she's not very bright. If we turn away from the truth now, Espella will close herself to the world.
What I agree with Layton, the method of which they're doing this is barbaric to say the least.
Next thing you'll be showing our fair friends to Raph. Do you have no mercy, Layton?
Who's in the picture? Mr. Wright.
Yeah. Yes.
You're still part of the game.
You
I
know
am?
who it is, don't you?
Well, I wanted to keep it a surprise.
You know the identity of the other girl in this picture. Yes, in spite of having seen this woman, like, barely a few minutes ago, Espella somehow has no idea who she is.
Okay, Espella's reasoning is that she's mentally blocking it out for reasons, so we'll give her that.
Yes, she's literally suffering trauma. Like,
I'm thinking it's High Inquisitor Darklaw.
High Inquisitor Darklaw. Okay, what about all the others that who can't recognize her?
Okay, to be fair,
maybe they're not particularly bright.
Okay, to be fair, with most of the townsfolk, they may not be as knowledgeable about this stuff as we know. Keep in mind, the main characters have gotten to meet Darklaw a lot, but remember, she's like a big deal, so most people don't normally get to see her or know her that much. So, we can excuse the peanut gallery for not recognizing that.
There's also that bit that usually... Okay, hold on.
I was with Lady Darklaw. Also, I think the only time, or at least pretty much every time the townsfolk see her is at the festival, and even then she's on a giant float, like quite a bit of distance away from people.
That's what he's saying, by the way.
But, Mr. Cantabella, this girl closely resembles the High Inquisitor.
There you go.
Even the judge is calling it out.
Resembles?
Oh boy.
That's just your personal... That's like your opinion, man. It's meaningless in a court of law.
Right,
okay.
It's a court of law.
Granted...
Yeah, because in a court of law, facts don't care about your feelings.
Objection!
You're supposed to clap shit.
If you want evidence, I've got it.
You're the badger, yes.
What?
I'm about to show you why I'm the Ace Attorney representative from America for the Legal League of Attorneys. The definitive proof that the girl in the picture is High Inquisitor Darklaw is... Take that!
What's a take that?
And this is the proof it was the High Inquisitor.
The pendants needed for that contraption in the bell tower.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
I have Miss Darklaw's testimony here. She said this pendant was hers. And so...
They're both in the Illuminati.
the other girl in the picture is definitely Miss Darklaw.
Hi.
And I guess he was like, fuck this shit, I'm done.
Eve, where are you going?
There goes your emotional support, your only friend.
It's like that thing from SpongeBob. Come back here and...
Okay, wait, this bit.
There you go. I'm her. There you go.
Was she there the whole time?
I'm Darklaw's pet now.
Okay.
I was expecting you.
She
Miss
teleported.
Okay.
She just like popped up from under the desk. I see that I was not mistaken about you.
Okay. I'm gonna call right now. Originally, what was supposed to happen was the cat was gonna go off screen and morph into Darklaw. Since we're running off of the theory that Darklaw was going to be the cat.
Remind me again, did Darklaw and Layton ever interacted with each other before?
She technically did, but Phoenix was in the room whenever that happened. Technically, she has interacted with Phoenix more. Although, keep in mind, she was with us on the wagon when Layton and Luke first came into town.
That is true. And she was the High Witch, so they met each other in London, ideally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I am. I can disappear at will anytime I wish to.
But yeah, I'm absolutely convinced.
Batman powers.
I'm absolutely convinced in the original, the cat was gonna go off screen and become her because, again, given how it turns out, both she and the cat, as we have pretty much come to this point, are supposedly affiliated with Espella. Well, that should lead you to know where things are going from
I'm
here.
surprised they didn't go the extra mile and say that the cat was a robot that she was controlling.
I mean, they could have at this point.
Lady Darklaw.
So yeah, how's this for a twist? Darklaw was a childhood friend of Espella's. So we have Darklaw,
that
the
makes
cat.
me wonder.
Alright.
That makes me wonder
The whole
just how
gang is
much
here.
deep the age between the two is, because in the photo they don't look too different in terms of age. Sure, Darklaw looks a bit older, but not too much. But now in late teen adult form, a dog could look visibly older than Espella.
It would seem
Darklaw.
puberty sort of shot Darklaw up in height.
Yeah. Maybe she's just taller because she's a
Or in the
taller
words
than
of
average.
Maya, in the wise words of Maya, Espella might be vertically
I'm
challenged.
guessing Noria drew her like that because she's supposed to look more imposing, so obviously having her be taller, of course, would help.
That reminds me, Tio, did you find out who's the exact art director?
Jovah, IMDb tells me that there are 53 people in the art department, so it might take a while.
Okay, good luck then. But anyway.
I'll look on Moby Games. Moby Games is usually better for that shit.
Anyway, so long story short, Darklaw actually does remember what happened 10 years ago, which means the trial can proceed.
Yay.
Whoa.
Lady Darklaw, you with me?
Yes, I'm always with you, Espella.
Your memories have been suppressed.
Even when you sleep.
Your dreams are fucked up, by the way.
I often like to watch you sleep, and by often I mean always. Anyway.
By that man.
I have a name, you know.
You're man now.
Justice for bearded man.
Oh god. I was with Eve. Eve.
I just
That
look at
never
Moby
wanted
Games
Eve.
guy. Yeah, just look at Moby Games, Jovah. Yes, you were right. It's Kazuya Nori who does
There we go.
the Layton character designs, and of course Takuza Nagano does the Layton designs, of course.
Yes, she has always been my dear friend.
About that, Espella.
She was by my side on that day too. What a bizarre coincidence.
Why you say that?
Why do you say that?
Darklaw isn't my real name.
You know,
Fuck, can you imagine a parent naming their child Darklaw by first
Okay.
Like they wanted you to be bullied.
then what is your real name?
name? In the back row, Light Yagami's like, son of a bitch.
It's Eve.
Gasper.
Dun dun dun. What?
Yeah.
What?
That's what I said.
There's multiple heart failures at this point.
I know, right?
You are Eve.
You are Eve. No, I am Eve.
Ah!
No, don't you see, Shiro? Don't you see Espella? Darklaw is Eve. Eve is Darklaw. There you go.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Like in
Eve,
like in
Dark, Night,
like in Xenogears.
you know?
Faye is Kim, Kim is Faye.
Yes.
Eve. Then whose cat is this?
That's a good question, Well, you know what? Let's just say it's yours, and that the
Espella,
other.
I think they never explain, so
plot-
probably no,
plot
maybe
twist.
it really is a robot.
Plot twist. The cat was the one who caused the fire. There you go.
The cat is Bezella.
Knocked over some alcohol into a fireplace.
Yes.
Although, given that we have seen some concept art of Bezella, I do wonder if Bezella was originally actually supposed to exist in the original plot. That one I'm not as sure on, though.
Also,
Darklaw, why are you doing this?
just to know, does the cat having a flaming scarf was part also of the hallucination effect?
I'm guessing it was.
I guess so.
No, you have already ruined everything yourself.
Oh great, you're Superboy Prime. You ruined everything.
What I want?
I don't know, actually.
My aim is to make the truth known, so that everything returns to how it should be.
And the way you wanted was to actually kill someone.
Oh boy, okay, yeah. It's time to unravel Darklaw's plan and all that it entails. Hope you like roller coaster rides, cause this was where things get even more topsy-turvy. Will you tell us what you remember about what happened back then? More than 10 years ago? It's funny because we have a hellfire right behind us.
I know. I saw the movie yesterday, so you'll forgive me.
Yeah, I knew that. It was the day of the fire festival. Espella and I went up the bell tower.
Also,
We
it's not a testimony, I guess.
We didn't know all the concert festival acts had been cancelled. So this is what we got instead.
The wind was strong that day. When the sun had set, the festival began. Not a testimony, it is story time with Darklaw.
Goody.
Yes.
It's true that the whole town burnt down that day. The fire consumed buildings and people, turning them into ashes.
Mass murder in both Layton and his attorney. Happy crossover, everyone.
Is this why the game was rated T for teen?
No, I'm still convinced it was Foxy.
Yeah.
We were the only survivors. We stayed in the belfry while the world below us was being eaten up by hungry flames. They literally watched the world burn.
It was rated Peggy 12 round here.
Smelling the barbecue.
Thank God that bell tower is strong enough to withstand the flames.
Not just that, even a lightning bolt, apparently. What is
The legendary-
it made of?
The legendary fire is no fable. It happened here more than 10 years ago.
Objection!
Fiber optic connection.
Phoenix.
There are no such things as magic and fire dragons. So how could a whole town be destroyed in one night?
Wow, America sounds very boring.
Yes,
Yes,
that's something I'd like to know as well.
We're just a younger country, we don't understand these kind of things.
Even if we
I guess
assume
so.
the celebratory fires got out of control,
You should have seen Alexandria, that was great.
surely the whole town wouldn't have. Surely the whole town wouldn't have perished like that. Now it all makes sense.
Does it, Professor?
It makes sense because I said so. That was the missing piece of this puzzle. Yes, yeah. My theme plays more than yours does, Mr. Wright. So.
What do you mean, Professor?
What is Phoenix' specific theme exactly?
I think we discussed
see-
in one of the earlier parts, probably Objection 2001.
Yeah, typically,
Okay.
Shiroi, the objection theme of the game usually becomes Phoenix's theme. The same thing happens in Dual Destinies, where Objection 2013 is also Phoenix's theme.
When it comes to crossover,
So-
it's both Cornered and Objection.
Yeah.
We have all the clues we need.
You see, Professor,
It's
your
bec-
theme
it's
plays
because
more than
Kitagawa-
mine,
Sorry.
but let's not forget quality over quantity. My theme plays at the potent moments.
If the Inquisition has evidence to show us,
Kitagawa-
I'm going to see it.
Both Kitagawa and oh god, I forgot. Jovah.
Tomohita
Yamazaki's composer. No. Yamazaki's composer.
Oh, Yamazaki's composer, Noriyuki Iwadare.
That's it, Iwadare.
Probably he gets it
The
wrong.
lunar composer. Both them use whatever objection Phoenix has as the primary theme. Like, so it's kind of the
caused
series
the
more
fire?
MO.
The photo.
Okay, the photo.
It is conceivable that it was this, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Layton.
Anyone?
I'm sorry, but I don't see how this could have caused that disaster.
It's like that
Was
clip
it-
from
was
maybe
it so-
Ron Perlman said
was
he
it-
not paid attention to this.
Was it so cute that it caused someone to drop a match or a torch?
Is that the best you can do? I see. I set my expectations far too high.
And the cat's just sitting there.
Ugh.
And you're apparently
Judging-
enjoying it.
judging
It's
Layton.
not,
Well, haven't you been paying attention?
Oh, shut up.
Ugh. I said, for instance, not that it was definitely the correct item.
Pedantic.
As usual.
Okay.
That being said, Takumi knows how to write funny
Professor!
bits.
I understand your pride has been wounded, but just get over it and show us the right piece of evidence. Sorry, I really wanted to read that.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
No, sure.
And Phoenix is just enjoying this on the side.
Yeah,
I'm an
basically.
18-year-old.
I will say this. Oh god, even the cat's roasting him.
Yeah, the cat is judging you.
Oh no, it's the cat that hurts the most.
Layton's face is so fiery red, it looks as if it could start a legendary fire of its own. Okay, I will give Takumi this. While Layton is normally on top of stuff, I do like that he did make dialogue for in case Layton messes up. It actually is interesting to see that side of Layton. And I do feel like
We
Takumi does
never
do it in
particular-
character.
We never particularly saw it, mostly because instead... Hold on.
Have a look. The cause of the fire is in the belfry.
Oh, you know what that means? Let's get up again.
Oh boy.
It was the bell.
Be prepared, my glorious feet.
That bell had been made by the natives and later sealed underground. It was called the Bell of Ruin.
For a good reason.
But Bell of Ruin?
Is there an echo in here?
Bell of Ruin, Bell of Ruin, Bell of
A little.
There is, apparently. By the way, why does this bell have such an ominous name?
For a reason, Professor. Like...
It probably makes such a horrific sound.
Countless
that it
northern
upsets me.
artifacts are
Could it
nothing but
be
disaster.
because it's made of pure silver?
Pure silver?
Yep.
Exactly.
We named it the Bell of Ruin because it constantly knocks us out.
Mr. Cantabella has told us earlier.
That everyone who lives here has a very peculiar condition.
I've got my storyteller sock puppet out.
It's like they're completing each other's sentences.
This condition makes people fall unconscious upon the sound of a certain metal being struck.
You know, I get that Bell of Ruin sounds fanciful, but wouldn't it have been better to call it something like the Bell of Unconsciousness?
And that metal is pure silver.
You
That
need
would
something-
spoil the
you need-
surprise, Jovah.
You need
Bell
something,
of Blackout?
You need something fascinating, but not immediately potentially giving. Maybe the Bell of Morpheus.
Like, okay, I guess Bell of Ruin technically works if the natives like falling unconscious due to it led to disaster after disaster, but all the same, it's quite a bit of a leap, isn't it?
That bell was also the reason why the original inhabitants of this area decided to forsake it.
And they didn't destroy it for...
My
You're
dudes,
forsaken, I'm forsaken.
my
You're
dudes,
all
why
forsaken.
didn't you keep that bell around to cure the insomniacs?
I mean, Jovah, imagine like Aunt Patty is cooking and she burns the kitchen because she passes out.
True.
It seems that the Bell of Ruin caused a devastating disaster.
I'm guessing the reason it's called that was because certain disasters happened due to that bell. Just to guess.
Or like people are going for a swim and then they pass out. That's a disaster.
To those who gain entry to our sanctum, heed our words. You must not ring the Bell of Ruin.
Alright, good points, Shuei. Good points.
I can't help but wonder what disaster this bell had caused.
Well, let's see.
2
People.
plus 2, Judge.
Well, let's see. People celebrating all this fire suddenly falling unconscious.
An enormous bell made of pure silver, and the locals with their peculiar condition. It's not too hard to imagine what happened.
I've got it. Arson!
Already did
Alright, I
this.
got it.
Now, don't you see? It was all a big money laundering scheme.
It was probably the same calamity as the one that happened over 10 years ago.
Oh
The
boy.
truth about 10 years ago.
And that is.
Your mom.
My mom was 10 years ago? What does that even mean?
I mean, the calamity, whatever. But what disaster happened to this town before Labyrinthia was built? Oh!
Oh, you're finally awake.
The legendary fire.
Now, let us contemplate the following scenario.
Yay, more trauma.
Hooray.
Hooray.
What would happen if the Bell of Ruin was sounded during the Fire Festival? Oh. Exactly. Ow.
Everyone who heard it would fall unconscious.
As it was an annual festival, all the townspeople were assembled in the town square.
It's like a more metal, extreme version of the Weaker Man.
Oh
boy.
dear.
We're just missing the bees.
Therefore, on the night of the fire festival over 10 years ago, all the residents instantly lost consciousness when the bell was struck, and then they lost their
Who's
lives.
getting the bear costume, Bo? Phoenix or Layton?
Probably Phoenix. Layton's more the guy who handles weaponry as opposed to hand-to-hand combat. Whereas Phoenix literally knocked down a giant pair of doors with brute strength, and according to the manga, is pretty muscular.
Darkle, why are you smiling? You just mentioned mass
Because
death.
everything is going according to our plans, Layton.
And it even just been slightly windy that day, the fires lit for the Great Witch Bezella would have gone out of control.
Indeed.
That would have fucked things up. Especially for next year's festival.
Yeah.
And they would spread throughout the town with no one left to stop them.
That would put a damper on any potential sequels.
Yeah, Fire Festival 2. Wait, already posted up.
Electric Boogaloo.
Because everyone was unconscious.
Exactly. That also includes the 2 girls who were in the belfry. Espella and you. You were the closest to the source of the sound, so it was inevitable.
If anything, it's a miracle you're not deafened by that.
It is inevitable.
Or dead.
Inevitable. Inevitable.
When you when you recovered consciousness, it was already too late. The town had been swallowed by flames, as if a fire dragon had come to burn it. That was a calamity caused by the bell.
No. So, like, what happened was Ash's Charizard went out of control again.
To that extent, though?
Happens all the time.
Yes.
calamity. You say here that the cause of calamity is the Great Witch Bezella.
Also, Pedro, sorry, remember,
Bezella.
you know, Charizard is not a dragon type.
Unless he mega evolves.
That's the whatever. Like,
Surely Ash has done something about that by now.
Bezella was born in a mythical persona.
I mean, Gyarados is considered a dragon even though it's water flying. Pokemon is a bit, you know, thing with that.
She's tripping balls again.
It's so important that we're voiced again.
And even the text box is shaking.
The text box is losing it.
Don't do anything that we might all regret.
Bezella.
How many times has she
Please
fainted
don't
during
faint
this trial?
again.
No.
We shall see about that in the next part. But Pedro, I do believe there was something you wanted to share with us.
Yes, I've been looking at Moby Games because Moby Games is much better for checking credits for Japanese games. Kazunori was apparently not involved with the original GBA Ace Attorney game, the first one ever. It says here, the Kumiko Suekane and Tatsuro Yamamoto as graphics, and that's it. That's all. Any kind of art or graphics that's credited here.
Yep.
That being said, even though he wasn't involved with the original GBA trilogy, he did do the character design for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney on the Nintendo DS and Apollo Justice. So
he got his official start as well with Rise from the Ashes as an extension of that.
Yes. So basically, he became the character designer of that thing. Then he also did the character designs for Apollo Justice. It says here. Ace Attorney. He only did illustrations for Ace Attorney Investigations. He did the art director. He was one of the art directors and character designers for this game, together with Takuza Nagano from Level 5, of course. And he was also credited as designing the HD trilogy, which is, but whatever. And he's now part of, and he's Takumi. Basically, he's Takumi's Yoshi Shinkawa. Basically, he did the art direction, character design for the Great Attorney duology.
He also designed one of Apollo's DLC costumes in Dual Destinies.
Yes. That being said, he didn't work on the 3DS duology because, remember, Yamazaki has his own character design that he also used for the Investigations duology. Most recently, he worked in Monster Hunter World, the Iceborne expansion.
The expansion
right.
that got reason that.
He only credited as special thanks. I don't know what he did, but it's just a special thanks here.
I don't think the collaborations involved Ace Attorney for that game, but I'll have to check it out. In the meantime, see you for the next part, I guess.
See you then.
Yes. Yeah. Pro tip to remember, Moby Games is much better for checking out credits for Japanese games than.
I mean, technically there were created. It's just that it's actually over detailed in this case. Like there's someone for the UI designer just for the level 5 part. One for the Capcom part, one for just background artwork, labeled as Kusanagi. Then a puzzle 3D art designer, a puzzle original art designer. So there's even one character for the title logo designer.
Pedro, I'm curious. Was the puzzle designer for this game the same puzzle designer for Lady Layton?
I'll check.
Anyway, I've looked. Oh, go on.
No. The puzzle director was Nob Kanamoto. Let me see what else he did, because the one who did the puzzle design for Lady Layton, and now I'm guessing also New World of Steam is a different guy. Oh, he was the puzzle director for. He was the puzzle director for the downloadable puzzle games in Miracle Mask, and he also was the puzzle director in this game, like you said, and he also did basically in the mainline Layton games, Jovah. He's been doing the downloadable puzzles.
Interesting.
Akira handled the campaign puzzles, whereas this guy was the one in charge of the download puzzles. So I'm guessing they got him to be the puzzle director for all puzzles in this game because, well, he already had experience by this point.
I was mainly wondering because one thing I've heard from a lot of Layton fans is that Lady Layton's puzzles are very different in overall style from other Layton games. I haven't seen it fully in depth on that.
I'm going to have to pull a tail on that one. I don't really see that, to be honest with you. Joe was bringing up something that is actually true. That there's some people who don't really like the puzzles in Lady Layton because they're very different. Now, I can understand saying they're not as good as Akira Taga's because, well, Akira Taga was a fucking legend. I mean, his passing was a big blow to the Layton series.
I was going to say maybe that's why people feel that they're different because they're not exactly.
I can understand that, but a drop I feel like considering Akira Taga's passing, it was only inevitable that something like this was going to. I still think the puzzles in Lady Layton are fine. What do you think of the puzzle? You've been recording the game. What do you think of the puzzles of Lady Layton so far?
They're okay.
Yeah, this is not particularly a puzzle fan to begin with, anyway. So obviously he's not really gonna.
If I may, the main reason I was asking is because from what I've seen, the puzzles in the crossover got relatively good reception, so I was wondering if, like, they probably had somebody different from the guy who made these puzzles do the puzzles in Lady Layton, or
yeah, they did. They got a new one. That being said, we still don't know who's doing the puzzle direction for New World of Steam. We'll see how. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the ones in that game. Honestly, I'm fine, to be honest with you.